This
and participants
conference
to the
will
last
now
day
be
of our
recorded.
FD program. It's my privilege to introduce the speaker of today's session, Mr. Vinod Kumar S., Electrical Substation Design Engineer, Balfour Beatty Infrastructure India Private Limited, Bangalore. He has completed his BE at Sudarshan Engineering College, Pudukkottai, and ME in Sri Ramakrishna Engineering College, Coimbatore. He is an electrical design and development engineer with 9 years of experience in electrical design, HV, EHV substation, protection and control, and proficiency in planning and designing projects. He currently associated with the Balfour Beatty Infrastructure India Private Limited, Bangalore, as an electrical design engineer. He demonstrated his excellence in substation design and development and ensuring compliance with the stipulated IEC and ANSI codes and standards. He is conversant with ABB, Siemens, and GE relays and having very good knowledge in various relays and selection of relays. He is very conversant in protection and switchgear and T&D basics of electrical circuits and SSD also. He is very familiar with the relay panel layout, single line diagram, AC and DC distribution, wiring diagram, bill of material, TB schedule, cable schedule, and he is proficient in calculations like voltage drop, cable sizing, battery sizing, and LVAC sizing. He worked as a client for Middle East countries, United Kingdom, and United States for national grid projects. He is having profound knowledge in AutoCAD, MicroStation, and LXS. He handled a one credit course in Kumaraguru College of Technology under the topic Electrical Substation Design. He is also an effective communicator with good analytical and problem solving skills. Some of the projects handled by him are a battery sizing and LVAC calculation, panel engineering, CT or relay setting, and AC/DC load calculation. And he is a board of studies member in Sri Ramakrishna Engineering College, Coimbatore, from 2014 to till date. And he is an IEEE chairperson in Sri Ramakrishna Engineering College, Coimbatore. He presented papers in various national conferences also. He is also given guest lecture in many colleges such as VIT Chennai, Jeslim Engineering College, Sri Ramakrishna Engineering College, and so on. He also conducted workshop in MicroStation, V8i software in various colleges. It gives immense pleasure for me to have such an eminent person with us for today's session. In this regards, I'm very happy and honored to welcome you, sir. Now, I'm handing over the session to Mr. Vinod Kumar. Sir, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah. So first of all, I want to thank the management for giving us such a great opportunity to have a FTP in RMT College of Engineering, Chennai. And I need to thank especially the head of the department, Dr. Tamal Shelvi Madam. So during this time, so for the approving me for this FTP, right? So, and also I want to thank the organizers, so Professor Uma Maheshwari, Professor Kargulasari, Professor Kalpana, so for inviting me for this FTP. So, so once again, and also I am very happy to thank other faculty members for joining us. So it was actually while I was thinking, so what presentation I can give today. I thought, so if the work field, what I'm doing, electrical substation designs, and if I give, so that presentation, I think it will be very helpful to everyone. So that's the reason I choose to this topic and electrical substation designs to the faculty development and the program for the RMT College, right? So a brief introduction about myself. Actually, I'm working in Balfour Beatty for UK based and supporting for National Grid up to 400 kV substations. So working in a remote location in Bangalore, and we are delivering to the UK and to the National Grid projects, and mainly the schematics, wiring diagrams, and cable schedules, and we are supporting for some of the calculations to the UK and to the National Grid, similar like Power Grid. So here, so National Grid there in UK. So we are doing and that high detail engineering in Bangalore. So we with a small team, and so we are delivering the projects there. So this is the small introduction, and so we will go into the topic now. So today is an electrical substation designs, right? So so normally, this is the actually this is the system actually. So power plant, and it is coming to these substations, and it is a step down and a step up process, and everyone will aware about this. And it is going to the final it is a industrial or a residential, right? So we are going to see about this, especially this area. So this substation part. So this what exactly we are doing, and in the industry. So this is substation. So substation, so is nothing but we are so it's a voltage from higher to lower and the reverse performance of any several other important functions. So this is the substation, a small description. So normally, and we are having two type of substations. So one is nothing but it is a gas insulated substations, and another is nothing but it is an air insulated substation. So if you take a substation, so once the project comes to us, and in the scope of the work, once we want the project, and in the scope of the work, and we can see whether it is a GIS or AIS substation. So in UK, both and AIS and the GIS substation is there. So this is the picture and how it looks. This gas insulated substation. It is a indoor substation, and it is enclosed actually. So here that SF6, it's acting as an insulation medium. So this is a GIS substation, and here everything. It is a built bus bar and VT and the CT and that the circuit breaker, and isolators and everything. It will be looks like it's like a chamber. So this is nothing but it is a gas insulated substation. It looks like this. So next is air insulated substation, that everyone will aware, that everyone have seen. So this is the normal we can see in India. So air insulated substations. So what is the main difference between this GIS and AIS is nothing but so normally GIS, it's nothing but it recruits a very small place actually, so that the insulating medium is nothing but it is SF6. Here the insulating medium, it is nothing but air insulated, and it is most reliable compared to air insulated substation, that the GIS, and mainly in the mountain areas, so in the desert areas, and there and all, and we can use this GIS substations. And and the cost wise it is very high, and the maintenance and all it is high, and compared to and air insulated substations, this GIS substations. So this is the small and descriptions about the GIS and the AIS substations. So this is the relay panel. So once the project we got it, so we are going to build a panel, the relay panel for each protection. So it may be a bus bar protection, it may be a transformer protection, it may be a feeder protection, so or it may be a bus section protection or bus coupler protection. So it depends upon, see the single line diagrams. So it depends upon the one line diagram, and we have to produce the panels, and it depends upon the bay, whether if it is a feeder bay, and we need to produce a feeder protection bay panels, and if it is a transformer bay, and if you need to produce a transformer protection panels. So these are the activities in substation panel designing. So normally, so we will, so this is the steps. So once the scope of work it comes, and we will do the SLD, single line diagram, and from that single line diagram, and we will do that key line diagram. So key line diagram is nothing but in the key line diagram, and you can see, and so what is the protection and they have used. So that type of details and all, and we will be captured in key line diagram. And next is nothing but it is the schematic diagram, and from the key line diagram, and so we have so from that key line diagrams, and from so we will develop that schematic diagram, and from the schematic diagram, so wiring diagram and the cable schedule, and we will develop. So this general arrangement is nothing but, and how the panel it will looks, the front and the rear view and the side views, and how the panel and it looks. So that type of arrangements, and we will give in the general arrangement. So these are the steps, and we will be following. And so while delivering a project, if for example, so if one project, if comes, for example, maybe it may be a greenfield substations, or maybe it may be a brownfield substations. Greenfield substations means it is a fresh substation. So they are going to build a new substation, that is a greenfield substation. So there, and the whole layout, and it will be there, and we want to produce a single line diagram, key line diagram, schematics, general arrangement, wiring diagram, cable schedule. So we want to produce a fresh greenfield substations. But in that brownfield substation, there will be a modification of the substation. For example, in that transformer, they are replacing the transformers. So they are replacing some circuit breakers. So that type of modifications, already the substations are existing. So just only the modification of the jobs. So that type of so jobs also it is coming a lot. Mainly, so we are doing a transformer replacements jobs for many projects like Little Brook, Taunton, so and Westport, and so this type of up to 400 kV substations, there is only the transformers. So if the transformer, if you are removed, and if you are putting a new transformer with some 240 and MVA transformer, and so what are the changes and what are the modification, existing drawings and everything, we need to go and we need to do it. So that is nothing but it is a brownfield substations. That, so we want to see the SLD, KLD schematic, general arrangement, wiring diagram, cable schedule, already it will be there, but only that particular area, and we will go and we will modify it and we will produce the drawings. So there are two type of that greenfield and the brownfield substations we can see. So greenfield means it is a new fresh substations, and brownfield means it is a existing project already there. Maybe we will replace something, or maybe we will extend one more bay. The future bay, it may be extend one more bay, depends upon the load. So there are this is the two type, and we will get the project section. So first we will see, so what is the so single line diagram. So this is the actual layout. For example, so there is some feeder is there. If you see above, so this is the single line diagram. So this is the representation in electrical. So we will show the single line diagram. So imagine this is the substation. So the substation, this two, so this two bus bar is there, right? This is the bus bar. Here they have used two bus bars, and there is an isolator we have used, and the circuit breakers, and there is an CT. So the CT standard symbols are like this. So and from that, and one isolator, and it is going to the next feeder. So this is for one bay, this is a feeder. So similarly, so we are having a lot of feeders. If it is a greenfield substation, for example, the whole substation, and we need to demonstrate, we need to prepare, means this is the SLD. So by seeing this SLD, and we can identify what is the actual substation, and what and all the feeders it is there, and what and all the transformers and is there. So everything, it will be identified in that single line diagram itself. So this is it is a graphical representation. So to about the scope of that work, and the graphical representation, we will put it in the SLD. So this is the transformer bay. So maybe if it is 400 kV, maybe 400 bar, as per Indian standard, it is 220, 110 kV substation. But in the UK standard, they are following some 400 kV, 275 kV, and 132 kV substation. So as per the UK standard, means it is a 400 bar 275. Indian standard means it is 400 bar 110 kV, 220 kV substations. So this is the transformer bay, and it will be connected to the next bus bar. So from there, and it will go like this actually. So this is by seeing this single line diagram, and we can able to see and what need to be done. So this is like a graphical representation. So if you go for industry, if you see in industries, so mainly that designs, and they will mainly see this a single line diagram, and for better understanding of what need to be done. So this drawing, this is the first step of a drawing, and so we need to produce, and it depends upon the scope. And the second is nothing but it is a KLD. So just I zoomed one area. So in the KLD, so for example, if this is the transformer, so this area is the transformer. So particularly that area. So I just zoomed in, and so these are the protection. So there is a CT, it is there, current transformer is there. So it is a 5-core CT, core 1, core 2, core 3, core 4, core 5. So if you see here, core 1, core 2, core 3, core 4, core 5. And from that CT and the protection, it will be connected. So this is this type of elaborate, and this so we can show it in the KLD. So by seeing so if one of the engineer, if he sees this KLD, and he can understand, okay, this type of protection, okay, here in the CT, and we have connected this transformer overall protection. So this is CT, it is connected as a CB unit CB unit. So this CT, and so they have connected for the bus bar protection. So, and each CT, and it is having a different representations. So in this figure, and if you see, so this is the auto transformer. So this is the auto transformer. So above there are 5 CTs are connected, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this first CT, always it will protect like this. So this is the direction. So if you see this, so this is the direction it will protect. So if it is a circuit breaker, it will be located above the CT. So in the above, it will be located. So this is a circuit breaker, and it is so we have given always it will, this third core, it will be a CB unit, and this is the spare actually. This core maybe they will be using for bus bar protection, and this it will be protect like this. So this area. So this is nothing but it is the maybe double bus bar, means double bus bar protection. Maybe it is a mesh corner protection, means a mesh corner protection we will put it. So if it is a say a single bus bar, means single bar protection. So depends upon that, and this is protection, and this CTs, and we will be selecting actually. So these are the ratings actually for each CTs. For example, if it is a 400 kV substation, so normally we will be doing for a 3 type of kV substation to UK. One is nothing but 400 kV, and the second is nothing but 275 kV, and the third is nothing but it is the 110 kV, 132 kV substation. So here in 400 kV, so this is the CT rating. So there will be one catalog, it will be there. So that will be NGTS standards. So if you go and you can pick this CT actually. So if it is a new transformer, no need to worry about this ratios. We can go for 1200 per 1 amp. But if it is an existing substation, and we need to form some similarities, so we need to see the existing drawings and what rating and they have selected. So it depends upon that, and they will select. And so this is nothing but PXB. What is the PXB here? So if you see, it is a PXB here. It is nothing but there may be it is a so 1 and 2. So maybe transformer protection 1 and a transformer protection 2. So for that purpose, and they will be using, and it depends upon the project requirement. So similarly, if you see, it is a neutral and it is a tertiary winding. Normally in auto transformer, the HV side will be there, LV side, and a neutral and a tertiary side it will be there. So this is the normal. So this is for the Taunton project. So one of the project actually. So we will represent it like this. So this is the LV side. So this transformer, it is a 400 kV. So if we see here, so SGT1 400 bar 132 kV. So this is the transformer of 400 bar 132 kV. So this is the HV side of 400 kV substation, and this is nothing but it is the 132 kV substation. So 132 kV protection, what and all the protection it will come. So surely a LV cons, there is a LV cons below the 132 kV. We need to give some protection. If there is any fault that it has occurred, and we need to that need to be identified by a particular protection, and it should give a command to the breaker to trip the breaker. So that is the reason, and for this 132 kV, and we are giving a LV cons protection. So as per the make, this GE make. So the GE make relay, and they are using. So mainly, and we are using the GE make in Balfour Beatty. And so the secondary, and we will be going for a Siemens relay. So because why we are going for the GE protection, because compared to other relays, that the GE relays cost is slightly lesser compared to other relays, so like a Siemens or ABB relay. And if you are going, and so GE relays are comparatively it is slightly less compared to other relays. So that's the reason. And many of the many of the companies, and so they will be going for that GE relays. Only that ABB companies, and they will be going with that ABB relays and the Siemens relays. So this is the base. This is so this is the KLD. So similarly, so if you go for some feeder, so similarly the protections, and we will be and doing like this actually. So this is for one of the key line diagram for one of the project, and so this is how, and we will show it in the industry. Key line diagram. By seeing this, an engineer can understand what protection and what relay they have used, and how they have so what protection it is exactly it is used in the circuit. So, and regarding so you can ask one of the question actually. What question? How you are choosing the relay? So how you are choosing this protection relay actually, LV cons or selections. So, and there is some standards are there, standard and we are following actually. So there may be a 400 bar 275 kV or 275 bar 132 kV. So or 400 bar 132 kV. So there are some standards, and we are following, and we will just so the selection of the relays, it depends upon the company. It purely depends upon the company, and the company. Some of the companies having a tie-up with some Siemens relays or ABB relays, but in my company, and they are having a tie-up with the GE relays. So that's the reason, the first priority, and we will go for the GE relays. And so some of the companies, the Siemens also doing the CRP panels, and they will be probably they will go for their own relay, Siemens. So like Atkins, there is some companies that, and so they will go depends upon the requirements, and mainly they will use this GE relay for the purpose, because of that slightly cost wise it is less. So this is the basic idea about this key line diagram. So next. So okay, fine. So as I told, actually transformer. So we are using a three type of voltages. One is a 400 kV, 275 kV, and 132 kV transformer. But if you take India, 400 or 220 kV and 110 kV transformer. So, and we are using an SGT type of that is a supergrid transformers. So in UK, and for 400 kV substations, and for 275 kV substations, and they are using supergrid transformers for this 2 voltages. So this is the ratio actually, 400 bar 200, and this is 400 bar 600, 275 bar 66, 275 bar 32. So, and there are two type of transformers are there. One is auto transformer, and it is a 2-winding transformer. So where we are using the auto transformer, and where we are using the 2-winding transformer. So that application also I have written. So mainly for this 400, 275, 400, 132, 275 bar 132 and all, we are using the auto transformer, and below the rating, and we will be going for the 2-winding transformers. So this is the auto transformer. So if you see this picture, actually this is one of the KLD. So this is one of the transformer KLD. So what is this auto transformer? So what and all it will be connecting actually. So this is the HV side. So as you see this rating, 400 bar 132 kV. So this is the HV side, and this below this transformer it is 132 kV side. So this HV side, this protection, this area, it is a transformer overall protection. Now similarly, this HV side, LV side, plus the neutral side. So this three, and it is gives a transformer overall protection. So that is nothing but, so the main protection for auto transformer shall be a numerical overall differential protection. So one set is HV side located in the HV, and LV side it is located, and one side at the neutral link. So this type of connections, and we need to give it to the auto transformer. So this is the one type of a KLD for the auto transformer. So similarly for two winding transformer, so and we need to give HV and LV and LV neutral and a restricted at fault and all that combine, and we need to give a protection. So for example, so this is this is the transformer actually. This is for some other project. So this is the two winding transformer they have used. This is nothing but it is the neutral part. So if you see the protection, so this is the overall protection. So this is the transformer protection. So this area is nothing but it is the transformer protection. So if you see the HV side, this one, and the LV side, so this is the mesh corner they have used, and the LV side, and it is nothing but LV side, and it is so LV side and REF they have used, and this everything it will be combined, and this is nothing but it is the overall protection. So this is the main actually that auto transformer and the HV that two winding transformer, and having the main differences. So this is the basic drawing, right, for the two winding and transformer. So this is the KLD of that. So and next is nothing but, so if you take in one of the there is one of the project, it is nothing but it is the Chesterfield. It is for 275 kV, and it is a mesh corner protection. So they have used HSOC, high set overcurrent, and overcurrent guard, and there is a two-stage overcurrent protection. So what is the so purpose of giving so normally in the existing IDMT relays and they will be using. So that is nothing but inverse definite, and it is a empty minimum time, and it is nothing. So that IDMT relay and they will be using. So that relay, and what is the special, what is the problem in that relay is if any fault that is occurred. So if you see here, so the time on the relay, it will take time, and the disk, it will take some time to operate. So what happened if there is any fault it is occurred in that LV, and that due to the delay time, and what happened, the HV breaker trip, it will also trip. So that's the reason. So this IDMT relay and having this type of problem, and that's the reason. And we are going for this God relay. It is a cup induction tape relay. So here it is a God relay. So this God relay, and what happened? It will reduce the time, so that so that what happened, the trip of the breaker, and only that LV breaker it will trip the remaining, and there will not be any that HV breaker that it will not trip actually. So that is the reason, and we are using this type of God relay. So this is the protection actually. So in the previous cases, this is one of the existing project, and that they have used that IDMT relays, and so that's the reason. And so we are just putting this overcurrent, and it is God. That is the purpose of putting this overcurrent God. So this is one type of protections actually. So, okay, the following type of protections actually. The following shall be provided for SGT and HV and LV. So normally I told that SGT is nothing but it is a 275 kV, and it is a CB fail protection, and they will be giving, and it is and the LV phase unbalanced detectors alarm, and also it is suitable for and HV and LV DAR, and is required in case of a mesh corner protection. If it is a mesh corner protection, and we need to put that DAR command, it is required. It is a delayed, and it is an auto reclose command. So that type of a protection, and we need to give. And if it is a mesh corner protection. So so this is the small about the that schematics, but a lot of things are there in that schematics. And one thing I want to tell is, so depends upon, for example, if this bay, and if you are just developing, so developing, and particularly that protections, I'm just showing one example. So consider it is for one bay, so that is the one bay. So one bay, that description is like this. So this is for the schematics. So similarly it will be applicable for all that other type of a base. So the schematics, it will be looks like this, right? So next is, So this is nothing but wiring diagram. So once the schematics, and if we done for one of the bay, and we will be going for the wiring diagram. So wiring diagram we need to produce to the client. So the wiring diagram, it will be looks like this. So 1 to 1. So this is the TB. So MR04, it is one of the TB, and it is connected to one of the TB. So the connection, and we will be it will be looking like this for the wiring diagram. So if it is a transducer, so and it will be from one point to another point, the connection, it will be looks like this. So I have shown for one page, but a lot of bulk of sheets it will be there to produce the wiring diagram. So this is this type of it will looks like this wiring diagram. And I told that is the one general arrangement actually. So if this type of drawings also we will produce in the company actually. This is the front view and it is a rear view. So if you see a panel from the front, how the panels it will be located. So this is nothing but it is a general arrangement. So here, so the equipments, and we will be listing here, and the rear view. So if you see the panel from the rear, so how it will looks. So that type of representation we will do, and we will produce the output to the client. So this is nothing but it is a general arrangement. So this is the bill of material. So what type of equipments and what type of relays and what type of TBs, and so what type of the test blocks, test switches, and we will be using, and everything it will be listed here. And what is the make of that? If it is a TB, maybe it is WDU6L or WDL10L. So that type of types of TBs are that. The type of TBs, maybe the width size it will be small, and it depends upon if it is for the output contacts, and we will be using the disconnecting TB, and for the input, and for the inputs, and we will be using the normal TBs. So that type of some standards are is there, and also it will be we will be put it in the bill of material, how many TBs and we have used, and how many what is the make of the TB, and what is the description for what purpose, and we are using that. So test block, what is the reason of using the test switches, and near to that relay. So what type, if it is an MMLG, there is one type, ABB type is there. So MMLG type, so what type of test switches it is, so that and all, and we will be mentioning in this bill of material, and we will be producing this also to the client. So this is the wiring table creations. In some of the Indian projects, if you see domestic projects, so they are using some advanced softwares like E3, or if you take ABB or Siemens. For the domestic project, GE, so they are using some advanced softwares like the LDX or E3 softwares. And what they will do is they will create a block in the software, and they in that software they can run, and they can find it out the errors, and it is an error free, so we can produce the output. So in that, and we can produce this type of wiring table creations also, mainly for the Middle East countries, for Indian domestic projects, and you can see this type of outputs. So this is nothing but it is the wiring table from 1 to 1 checking. So for example, if any of the panel wireman, and if he want to wire that wire that in the panel, and he will refer this sheet as the table creation, and also this also is our scope, and we will produce it to the manufacturers. And so the manufacturer, that wireman, and they will, by seeing this terminals, and so this is a terminal 1, and it is connected to the terminal 2, and this is the references. So references means this references, it is in the circuit diagram. So if you go to this sheet, and you can see, and this type of that X61 and the Q02, this is the MCB. So this type of labels, equipments, and you are able to see, you can able to see if you go in a particular sheets. So this is the references. So where this and equipment it is located in the drawing. So this is nothing but it is the R21. So that is the term A, and it is term B is nothing but it is the destination and where it is going. So he will X6 of 1 to Q02 of 2. So he will connect like this. So one by one, and he will check and he will connect. So this it was produced by the software. So once we run and we can go in that eBase, and you can go and you can you can take this Excel file, and so you can produce it to the manufacturer. This type of advanced that is E3 and LDX softwares are there for creating wiring table creations. This is mainly for the wireman for the one-to-one wiring. Yeah. So I want to just know what are all the softwares and we are using in substations. I hope it will be helpful. So normally if you take European countries, they are going with AutoCAD, normal AutoCAD softwares, and they are going. And if you go for some in the United States, and in the United States, and they are using some MicroStation software. So both are, it is like a CAD software, but in the US, in the existing projects and all and everything, and they have done in a MicroStation software. So that's the reason they are following the same procedure now also. So they are using the MicroStation software to produce the output drawing. So there are two type of versions. This is a V8 version, and it is a V8i version. This V8i version is the latest version, and so extra some tools and they have added. And so in currently the V8i version, and they are using in many of the companies MicroStation. And so in Europe countries, in our company and all, and we are using the AutoCAD and the 2D and the 3D softwares. And there is an LDX software. So where this LDX software it will be applicable. So this LDX software, so normally in the Middle East countries, in Indian projects, and they are using this LDX software. So I told already, this software mainly it is we can create it block, and we can run. It is error-free software. So so we can finish one panel in within 3 or 4 or 5 days so time. So by using this software. So why we are in the Europe countries or US countries, why this type of softwares they are not used means they have followed the previous structures, and that's the reason, and they are not coming to this type of softwares. And if you see the Indian projects and also the UK projects, the standard wise, and it will be the technical wise it will be same, but the presentation wise it will be different. So if you go the European and US, the presentation wise it will be somewhat similar. So but the software wise and they are using it is different. And in Europe, AutoCAD is using, in US MicroStation they are using. But the presentation wise, if you use the European countries and the US, so the presentation wise it will be same only. But the Indian standards and Middle East country standards are presentation wise it will be different, and technical wise and everything is common. So this is the LDX software, mainly Indian projects and Middle East projects, and they are using LDX software and E3 software. So E3 in ABB for the global, and they are using this E3 type of softwares, and Alstom, and they are using this E3 software. And Promise E software, Promise E, it is the advanced version of this MicroStation. I told LDX software. So similar like that, Promise E software is also an intelligent software, and there they can create a block, and they can run it, and they can find the error, and they can clear in that software itself. So that type of software, it is a Promise software, and currently they are using. So this Promise also so in some of the countries, and they are using this Promise, but mostly the MicroStation and they are using. So ETAP, and there is one more software is there. It is a panel disk. Panel disk, it is nothing but it is 3D. So there you can see if it is a panel, it is there. You can able to see it is a 3D view. So 3D view, and you can able to see. So you can rotate it. So how the front view it will be there, how the rear view it will be there, side view. So that type of so software is nothing but it is the pandas. So it is nothing but next is nothing but everyone aware about this software. It is a ETAP software, mainly for calculation based software. So in L&T, so many companies are they are using this ETAP software mainly for the short circuit calculations and relay coordination, load flow analysis. So ETAP software is also big software in industry, and many industry are calculating by using this ETAP software. So these are some of the softwares, and just I need to tell. I thought of telling you. These are main softwares they are using in substations. So this is the local and remote control. So it will be looks like this. Manufacturing, this is the anti-pumping relay. So if there is any faults comes, breaker will go. Breaker will trip, and if there's still the fault is there, opening and closing multiple times of breaker, so the contact it will be damaged. To avoid that, and so we are using this anti-pumping relay. So it is a cable trough. So normally in industry, so we are routing, and there is some standards are there. How that cables and we are using means there will be a multiple of so example, for example, so this is the panel. For example, assume, so this is the this is some feeder panel, and this is nothing but it is a transformer panel. So there may be a bus bar panel, it will be there here. So from if it is a near to near panel means they will give a bus wiring. So bus wiring it is there. If it is an internal wiring means we will give a normal wire actually. So CT for 2.5, and for the trip relays and all, and for controls and all we will give 1 mmW. So size cables. But if you are using from panel near panels, so we will be using a bus wire. There is a bus wire slot, it will be there, it will be located in the above, and through this, and they will connect a bus wire if it is a nearer panel. So first and second panel it is nearer, so if any connection need to go from here to here means they will connect a bus wire. So from one to if I want to go some third panel or fourth panel, and we will route a cable. So we will route a cable. So the cables I shown the pictures. So the cables, it will be like this actually, from one panel to another panel. So they will be routes like this actually. So in the back side there will be a duct, it will be there, and from that, and they will route that cable actually. The picture so it shows clear. Right. So this is nothing but wiring trough. So wiring trough is it is inside the panel. So it is the backside of the panel. So backside of the panel. So the wiring it will be so it will be done like this. So this is the breaker failure. So there is one concept is that. So if there is any fault it has occurred, if any of the breaker, if it is fails to operate, fails to trip, so that is the breaker failure. So it will wait for some time, and if the breaker is still is not operated, then what happened? The next breaker will trip, and it will isolate the fault, and it will protect the remaining equipment. So that's the thing actually, breaker failure. So this is one of the concept in a breaker failure we will be using in the circuits. So these are the numerical relays. These are the trends actually now. Before they have used some electromechanical relays. So these are some of the numbers, MICOM P441, P543. So ABB relays are Ref615630. So these are the numerical relays, and so in most of, if it is a greenfield substations, and they are putting the numerical relays, and if it is an existing substation and they are maintaining the same relays, and so once if they need to replace the relays and they are putting the numerical relays. So now the trend is it is a numerical relays, and because it is highly sensitive, and so it is fully programmed. So this are some of the advantages of this numerical relays. So and finally there is a cable schedule. It is there. So cable schedule. I didn't put in the presentation. Actually, cable schedule is nothing but so there will be a power cables and control cables. It will be there. So we will be producing that cable schedule in that Excel. This cable schedule, so I told, so how that cables, where we need to use the cable. So if the panels are nearer, no need to use the cable here. We can use the bus wire. But if it is far, then we will use the cable. So this cable schedule, and we will produce it in the Excel. So what and all the power cables and as per that project requirement. So we will produce the power cables and the control cables, and also the size also here in that Excel, and we will be producing actually. So we have discussed this single line diagram, key line diagram, and the schematic diagram, and general arrangement, and the wiring diagram, and a cable schedule. So this is the steps, and we will be following and we will be delivering. And finally, once the cable schedule is done, and okay, the project is over actually for that. So normally for one transformer replacement, so the actual time and they will be giving for to do the entire commissioning, it will be around a minimum of 6 months of a time. And so for entire project, if it is four transformers or four feeder, if it is a greenfield substation, the project it will go for some 2 to 3 years. And during this time, and we need to complete the design pack and the commissioning and everything, and we need to do it, and we need to finalize before the 2 or 3 years that project, if it is a fresh project. So these are the something I thought of sharing with you. And so if you're having any queries, and you can ask me. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Participants,
so much.
if you have any doubt, you can unmute and ask, or you can post your question in the chat box. Thank you. Please post your questions in the chat box also. So there is a question.
Okay.
Shall I read it for you, sir?
Oh, yes, madam. Yeah, you can just ask. Yeah.
What is concept of optical CT and PT?
Okay, actually, so there is on a drawing, it is there, 1 minute. So that the CT actually current transformer and the potential transformer, and we will be using actually. So if you see here, okay, so here that VT is not there actually. So this is the CT part, madam. So mainly, so from that CT, and we will be just giving a protection actually. So this is the CT, right? And there will be a VT, it will be there. So in that image, I'm not able to see actually. Yeah. So in that KLD, and we will be briefly describing about that. So in the below, there will be one VT circuit, it will be there. So mainly it is used to measure the voltage actually. So there is a voltage selection, it will be there mainly for the synchronizing purposes. So for that VT, and we will be using. So this is CT, mainly it is used for the protection purposes. So this is the CT, so the round thing, and it is the representation in industry. So mainly through the CT, the protection, it is a zone, because if you see here, so this first, this is the HV side and this is the LV side. So this total area need to be protected. If there any fault it is occurred, so the particular protection, it need to be operated. So this CT, first CT is nothing but, so it will be protecting this transformer. So that's the reason if you go to the particular area, so you can see it is a overall a transformer protection. So this is the zone, and if any fault it is comes here, and so this protection, and it will operate, and it will clear the and it will opens the breaker. So that is the reason. So each CT is having a different different protections, because in the first CT, and we will be going for that transformer protection, and in the last CT, it will be towards the bus. So if you go above this transformer, if you see here, so this is the transformer. So if the transformer above, there is some buses connected, bus bar. So this CT, it will be protecting towards the bus. So, and it is used, this, why this CT it is used, if this is for the CB unit. So particularly this protection and all, it is that fault recorder. So this, if it is a circuit breaker failure, so if it is a failure, if it is happened, so, and this CT, it will be sensing actually. So that's the reason. So this particular CT and is having a particular what I can say. So particular application, or a particular particular operation. Yeah. So, and the VT, it will be below, right? So it will be here, right? If we see in that overall KLD, and you can able to see the, and the VT mainly it is used to measure the voltage, and for the synchronizing purposes, and we are using the VT. Yes.
Another question about what is a, 1 second, sir. Sir, Ajaram sir, can you unmute and ask the question, because you have typed only battery design. The question what you are going to ask, I am not getting. Can you please unmute yourself and can you talk, sir?
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Yes.
Sir, actually, I feel that battery is a very important equipment in a substation, because
Yes,
there is a total failure. By using batteries only, we are going to restore the supply. Is it right, sir?
Yes, exactly. There will be a battery room. It will be there. So sorry, sir, I'm not able to. So I didn't have that relay room layout here. So
Okay. No.
Yeah, in that relay
sir,
room
my
layout.
Question is. Yeah. My question is, 110 volt or 230 volt. Both people are using in India. What is that in UK actually?
UK, we are using 110 volt, sir. That is the standard, and we are using 110 volt. Yeah.
Okay.
So mainly for that.
Okay.
Yes, sir. 110 volt DC, and for that circuits, and they are using that 110 volt only. They are not using that.
Okay, sir. What about the earthing, sir? Actually, if you are using a delta bar star transformer, this star is solidly earthed, or it is used some, you are using some resistance or inductance?
No, sir. Actually, it is a solidly. It is earth. We will show like that. It is solidly. It will be earthed actually, but normally. So if you, so if I have a chance, you can just ping me that mail, your mail ID, so that I will share the. I will send that drawings to you, sir. So it will be helpful to know, and what exactly and how they have presented. Yeah.
Right, thank you. One more doubt, sir. Actually,
Yes, sir.
actually, this transformation ratio, that is V2 by V1. For example, if it is 400 bar 275, we go for an auto transformer.
Yes.
Because that will be economical. Suppose it is a 400 bar 66 kV, means we go for a 2-winding transformer.
Correct.
Yeah, that is in India. Generally, we are following that K. If K is less than 3, we go for auto transformer. If K is more than 3, we go for 2 winding transformer. In UK standards, how it is done, sir?
Yes, sir. UK standard, and we will be if it is less than 275, and we will go for 2 winding. So if it is more than 275 or 400, and we will go for auto transformer.
For auto transformers.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. There is another question asked by Raja Satish, sir. Is the design for indoor and outdoor substation are same?
Okay. Oh, indoor and outdoor. Sorry, indoor and outdoor.
Design. Substation design. Indoor and outdoor substation design are same.
Okay, so indoor and outdoor substation or okay, actually, so that there will be some, no, it is not same actually, but concept wise it is same, and we will be showing actually there is one representation whether I have yeah. So here it is a transformer, it is there, right? So similarly, and we will be showing there is one knob if you see in the top. So this is the this is nothing but it is an oil and it is an air. So that type of indication, and for the GIS, and so there will be representation. We will give one representation like this, but the technical wise it is the same, but that that presentation wise it will be different. Okay.
Thank you, sir. There is another question by Manikam, sir. What is the meaning of digital substation?
That is you are saying it is an automation, right? So I think he's telling about the automations. So control and but we are doing a control and a relay, but a digital substation I'm not having that much in automation. I'm not having that much knowledge, but so if I can ping if he sent his mail ID. Yeah. Because
is there any service?
Yeah,
yes,
tell me, Vada.
Another question is there any service provider to learn for those softwares that mentioned?
Any service providers?
For example, MicroStation V8A software you told, no, sir? For that,
Yes,
is there any service provider to learn those softwares?
Actually, so service providers is there actually, but through the companies actually there is a, if you see there is an LDX. So if you want to LDX, there is a demo that LDX is a company, and they will come and they will demonstrate to you. And if you want a demo software also, you can download from the net, and some service providers are there actually. So if you want to know some LDX, or you can call me also, so that I can come and I can just give a training to you, no problem.
That's another question, sir. They want to explain about IDMT and HSOC.
Okay, IDMT is nothing but it is an inverse definite minimum time and high set over current. So so I told it is an inverse definite time, right? So here it is mentioned.
There's another question by Kalpana ma'am. How neutral sectioning connection will be in substation?
Yes, I will tell you, ma'am. So this is the main thing, ma'am. So this is the IDMT. It is an inverse definite. It is a minimum time. So what happened if inverse definite minimum time? So if any faults that it is occurred, so what happened? The breaker, the disk, there will be one disk. It will be there. So in that inverse definite minimum time, that disk it will take some time to open. So that is the old type of a relay. And so to what happened due to some delay in time, and there may be an HV breaker trip also it will occur. So that's the reason, and to avoid this, and we are using this OZ guard actually. So mainly this IDMT is nothing but due to some time lagging. It is an old type of a relay, and so we are using this guard type of relay to overcome to mal operate to avoid that mal operation. So that's the reason, and we are using this guard relay, and it is a cup based, and so that it will so the time taking to reset the breaker, it is very short. So that's the reason that the LV that HV trip it will not happen. So this is a HDMT, and HSOC is nothing but it is a high set over current. So normally high set overcurrent, it is defined have to be set above the maximum through short circuit current than the power transformer. Can supply for a short circuit across its LV terminal to keep discrimination with the protection relay on the transformer LV set. So high set is nothing but it is the non-directional earth fault relay, and with instantaneous time, or it is a definite time. So that's the reason actually. So this is the instantaneous time is nothing but it is in a very short time and it will be operating. So that is nothing but high set over current. So that's the reason, and we have put in the circuit. So if you see here, so there is a HSOC is that, right? So HSOC, and it will be connected to the breaker. So so this is HSOC, right? So did you got my point, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Kalpana ma'am. Then another question. Rajaram sir has asked this question, sir. For EHV for voltage measurements, PT
Okay.
or CVT capacity is good.
So we are using that is CVT we are using, ma'am. Capacity voltage transformer we are using. Yeah.
Another question, sir. Can we switch our existing substation to IoT controlled ones in near future, especially considering the security vulnerabilities?
Maybe, ma'am. Maybe it may be. They will be futurely. I think futurely fully it will be automation, because and the CRP the projects are there, but in the automation side, so that type of projects, and it is going to boom in the coming future. And IoT, surely a technology it will come actually in the near future.
Here, Pirvani asked, sir, Pirvani asked, what is concept of digital substation? Again, the same question has asked.
Okay.
What are the software used for electrical substation design?
Yes,
Suresh
actually,
has-
just yeah. So these are the softwares. So normally I told actually in India, Middle East, and Europe, and if you go for US projects, and mainly in US projects, and they are using the MicroStation software. So that will not be that much concept wise, it will be same, but the software and they are using is in US. If you are working for US team, and the software they are using is MicroStation. So if you are working for Europe countries, mainly they are using the AutoCAD software. So AutoCAD software, so 2D and 3D, and they are using. So if you are working for Middle East countries, Middle East or India projects, and they are using AutoCAD and LADEX software. LADEX software is nothing but it is the advanced version of this AutoCAD. So it is an intelligent software. So there they can find the errors, and they can it is an error free. So it is an intelligent software. So this is an LADEX software they are using in Middle East countries, and also in India, like Eason and Dry Rolls, so Siemens, so some more companies like this Engineers or Networks. So there and all, and if you go and you can see this LADEX type of software. So, and for Promisee also in India they are using Promisee. So it is an advanced version of this MicroStation. Promisee mainly they are using in the Middle East and also in India. So these are the main softwares, and also for substation calculation softwares for calculating, and they are using the CTAP softwares, ma'am. Yeah. So this is this type of softwares. Mainly, if you go anywhere, so you can see this type of softwares.
So another question, sir. Many
Yes.
are having the doubt on, is there any software tools to learn these things, or can you suggest some open source software tools to have exposure for students community on electrical basics or power system basics on this, because all the students are lagging with this, so it's good to share something about this, sir.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Actually, I think AutoCAD many will know. So there are a lot of centers are there, and many will know. Many YouTube, a lot of sources are there. No problem in AutoCAD. Secondly, if you come to MicroStation, so MicroStation, so there are no that much centers are there. So I'm really agreed that, because only in industries and they are using, and mainly in the railway projects and the power infrastructure. So this type of for civil, and they are using this MicroStation software. So MicroStation software, there is some PDF documents available with me, so that I can share these documents to you, and you can circulate to them. So that is one thing. And second thing, if we need any resource persons, means if anyone working in the industry, and so they can come and train. Third option is, so in the YouTube, and YouTube, so they have give in a very advanced manner, so like a 3D and all. So I think if you go through it, so you can understand something. So and some more documents I'm having, I will share it to you regarding the MicroStation. LATEX software, so LATEX software also I'm having some more documents, and outside I think that documents it's not a very, it's very tough to get it. And you can if you go to the LATEX, there is on company, and there is some demo type of softwares you can able to see, some documents you can see there, and you can download and you can just go through it. But in LATEX a lot of things are there, but all or we cannot expect that much depth there actually in the documents. And you can learn something actually, some basic things, and you can learn it. And E3 software is also similar like that. So in ABB, so in Alstom and all, they are using some E3 softwares. So there you can, I don't know where we can get this documents. So I will check my friends, and if any documents, I will share with you. And regarding Promisee is a advanced version of this MicroStation. So Promisee softwares, you can that also. So we need to find it out. Actually, I will just find it out and I will send it to you, madam. So that I think it will be for initial start, it will be helpful. And ETAP, no problem. I think everyone will aware about that. So ETAP is every college is having that ETAP software, and so I think everyone aware about that ETAP software. So if you need that ETAP documents also, you tell me, so that I'm having some more documents. I will share it to you so that you can circulate to everyone, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Another question again asked by Rajaram sir. How substation power is used a separate transformer or tertiary winding from 400 kV incoming supply?
Actually, for each bay, actually, 1 minute. So we are having there will be, if you are if I want to use 110 volt AC, okay, so there is a LVAC board, it will be there. So in that substation itself, there will be an LVAC part, it will be there. From there, and we can take the supply if any spare, if it is available, and we can take, and so we can use it for the 110 kV. So sorry, 110 volt. So mainly for the heater purpose, door switch panel, mainly we will be using the 110 volt. So remaining for that DC supplies, and there will be a DC distribution. Okay, there is a standby diesel generator, so DNO is there. So from there, and it will come to that particular DC distribution, and from that DC distribution, it will go to the particular feeder. So particular, so if a SGT1 transformer, means from there, and we will tap it, and we will give a supply. It is a 110 volt DC, and we will give a supply to the circuits. So so from there only, and we are taking the supply, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, thank you, sir. I hope this was the last question. Thank you very much for passionately explaining these things, sir. Now I call our HOD ma'am, Dr. V. Tamilselvi, to give vote of thanks.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, good morning all. I would like to thank our special speaker for his interactive session, as well as he has clarified a lot of doubts for the participants. And I would like to thank our management, principal, and our department staff members, organizers, and the participants for the successful conduction of this 6 days faculty development program. And I would like to thank all the session speakers for the past 5 days. They have given valuable suggestions and guidelines in this latest technology energy management system. And I hope that the participants have gained the knowledge about this energy management system. And I hope that you have also enjoyed a lot in this interactive sessions. I would like to thank once again our organizers for organizing this FTP in a success manner. And I would like to thank once again the participants. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I call Uma Maheshwari, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Thank you, sir, for giving us a wide knowledge about various activities in the substation panel designing, which will be very useful for us to impart knowledge to our students, and it will be very useful for many research persons to enrich their work. And good afternoon to everyone. Here we have come to the end of the 6 days FTP progressive session. I feel honored to get this opportunity to conclude this 6 days FTP on energy management systems. On behalf of Chairman Sir, Vice Chairman Sir, members of the management, deans, HOD, and the co-organizer, I wholeheartedly thank all the participants and the speaker of the different sessions. The event was started by Dr. K. N. Dinesh Babu Sir, where he gave an elaborative session about smart grid and the problems associated with it and how to overcome it. The second session was by Mr. Prashant Kumar Sir. He explained about the parameters related to battery pack and about the battery management systems. The third session was by Dr. M. Prabhakar Sir, where he discussed about how to reach the required voltage gain with the safe duty cycle values and how the power converters are used in the DC microgrid. The fourth session was presented by Mr. G. Rajaganeshan Sir, who gave us many ideas on how to conserve energy, which was an eye-opening session and made energy conservation as a habit. The fifth session was delivered by Mr. Santosh Ishwaran Sir. He had an interactive session with the faculty members where everyone participated actively. This session shows the success of the talk, where he discussed about IoT application and its infrastructures. Today, sixth session delivered by Mr. S. Vinod Kumar Sir, where he briefly discussed over the overview of electrical substation designing. Certainly, these 6 days are very useful, and we all got opportunity to make aware of ourselves to the challenges and development made in the field of energy management system throughout this platform. First of all, I thank the Almighty for successful starting and the end of this 6 days FDP program. I extend my great thanks to the chairman of our college, respected Sir R.S. Muniratnam Sir, for allowing us to conduct this online 6 days FDP session on energy management system for the benefit of the faculty members to enlighten them during this COVID-19 pandemic period. I extend our thanks to the principal Sir, Dr. N. Anbacharian Sir, for the valuable support all time and motivating us for conducting this FDP. Then my special thanks to the HOD Triply Department, Dr. V. Tamilselvi Ma'am, and the convener of this FDP for providing the opportunity to conduct this 6 days FDP and guiding us all throughout. And my hearty thanks to the co-organizers, Ms. S. Kargurili Ma'am and Ms. P.M. Kalpana Ma'am, who are the pillars behind the efficient conduction of this 6 days FDP. At the outset, on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to express my profound gratitude to all the resource persons of the 6 days FDP session. I'm very glad and thankful to all the participants for their valuable presence and support. I'm feeling happy for the feedback you have given for all the sessions, which motivates us. Again, I thank all the participants for joining this FDP. Thank you all, and your certificates will reach you within a week. Thank you all the participants. And the feedback link will be there in the chat box, and the session will be open for at least half an hour more.
Please provide PPT and recorded lecture.
Sorry, sir.
Madam, please provide the recorded lectures link and the PPTs, ma'am, if possible.
Yes, sir. For all
Sure,
the 6
sir.
days, we are planning to send it through your email, sir. FDP
I'm
email.
not-
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, not
Yes.
all of 6
Okay,
days,
okay,
only 5
okay.
days.
Okay.
Ma'am, when we can get the certificate?
Within a week, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
This
Regarding the-
conference will now be recorded.
Yes, sir.
Whether you provided overall feedback for the 6 days, madam, or only 6-day feedback is provided?
Sir, the attendance is enough, sir. So
Okay.
based on the attendance, we will be consolidating and we'll be sending
Okay.
certificate.
Okay, madam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.